Me mo bi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Me the story Ebremo and Ra on how 21 people died in an accident on the Accra Kumasi road. I didn't just report on it. I also spoke on the carelessness and also went a bit spiritual and all that. What you say? Maybe I'm a bold you know with you, but it is time for us to read comments from Ghanaians. You heard your Ghana for Eka, FSR story way. Alex, I say 67 years as a country, we don't even have one freeway, and we sit in Ghana thinking, we all that go to Ivory Coast, they have major highways to all their major cities. We are social media insulting each other because of politics. Alex, thank you very much for this comment. Me say, any African Cup, any boy ye Ghana for echo Ivory Coast. Nanka Ghana for yet Ghana ni ye dada yen say, e be mine na ye Ghana. Ghana for echo Ivory Coast African Cup we, uti commenter bebre na kan was say, hey, say any name say Ivory Coast krano. Omo ye developed sa esinye. Ye yeti hono. Ahmed say, that is why I am always afraid to enter those vehicles driving Accra Kumasi Road. It has happened to me last 2 years ago at JJT to Nkoko through overtaking. I lost one of my hand as I'm talking to you. Most of these drivers are illiterate. Hey. Inti Oshe Ameda or a victim or say Atono 2 years ago on JJT to Nkoko Kwanso was shrinking Sabakun because of overtaking. And he's saying this. If we appear say, "Awo erade Africa," Joseph say, in any other place, such an incident would be declared a national emergency. But here in Ghana, it is all in a day's work. I tell you, now it is not even a big deal. We've forgotten about it. Peter Kumi say, they speed and overtake anyhow. Junction soon in our way overtaken. Junction so you overtaken. Anaki Daniel say, in Kwasi Asem say, when proper measures must be put in place, you rather advise your listeners to pray instead. Cameras are needed on our highway, plus the police. Instead, we go ahead to complain on social media. And actually say, me katre and crofo so omomo mpae no. And na odeka sa. Mate. Unji bibi ndi ene interest mo bi nji ndi. So utie dia me kai no. The things I said. And at the end of the day, this is your understanding. I mean, what can I say? Nothing. Buba say, most drivers must be re-examined. Why no cameras on the roads? The politicians are only interested in V8s. Emmanuel Edeninsa Egunitiso. John Mills say, do accidents end up in court? And what are the consequences for guilt? And interestingly enough, maybe they do, but we don't get to hear them. Maybe they do. Maybe accidents end up in court. But we nipa krona or cause accident no wewu. To ko chine kra deny den. But BBC say no me sure say e betumi end up in court. Na ya chine for careless driving. What you say? Say we kun nipa. What you say? Mohammed say ina lila wa ina lihil rajuin. Mambo ni ya movanchami. George say, where exactly did it happen and which hospital is attending to the injured? George, let me find that information for you quickly. 21 people dead. On George, let me find that information for you, right? It's a good one. It's a good thing that you are asking for that information. Moshe story na me here na. I didn't really focus on that because I wanted to talk about. I was concentrating on the careless driving bit, right? Anyway, whilst the page is still loading, internet is still and so whilst the page is still loading, let's read the other way. But I'll bring it to you, George. Don't worry. Diego say, I always say this: we are a wicked people. We value dead people more than the living. I remember during my tech days, I was going to Kumasi on an OA bus. The guy was doing 120 kilometers per hour. When you talk, then he'll get angry. Me and 3 other guys had to threaten the driver with beatings when we get to Lindador before he slowed down. You hear say sad. Ashen Mensa say some of the drivers are careless, but our highways should be dual carriage. Hamid say again, apart from carelessness on the part of drivers, our routes, especially the Accra Kumasi, should have long been dualized. And I don't understand why we still don't want to do that. Jake say John Mahama and NDC in kwasi asem kwa na accident is here under events saying Akufo-Addo, we are still blaming Mahama. Hey, Daniel say, so the government cannot do anything about these dangers. What country is this? The leader should go and see what that small boy military ruler is doing about roads. People will be home without any knowledge about driving, and licenses are issued to them. A nation where drunk driving is a norm. Before a driver go on the wheel, they call something for the road. A dose of liquor is taken, putting innocent lives in jeopardy. If such major roads are dual carriages, head-on collisions will be avoided. What type nation are we living in? Daniel also say we should stop blaming spirituality. It is all negligence, stupidity, lack of common sense, lack of driving ethics, carelessness, lack of education, and bad roads. And I understand you. Listen, I think say the spirituality comments I made, a lot of people are taking it out of context. Listen to what I said. Me say, and I'll play the audio so you listen very carefully. What I said about the spirituality bit, and they say, Bompire say, ma enam obi jimie so ema wonkonko. Menka say Bompire say bi akwan no obi na gina so enum moja o. So senia wa wo kan ye say negligence, stupidity, lack of common sense no. Yes, ene na ekum nipa. Me make say Bompire say, men konam obi ne stupidity ti enti na wo wakwa kohwere wonkwa. That is me my what I'm telling you to pray. O say de bia wo pie efifia. Bompire say Nyankopon, baby endem ikoyi. Men konko na obi negligence so. Obi adwuma e wo se wo ye. Na we yi nani a wanye adwuma ni ntino. Men konko nam so ema boni bi ma meto me. De me ka no no. Ati ase. Aha. So that is that. So this is the story. So I'll say immediate report indicate 14 individuals, including both drivers, lost their lives. So the hospital is Konongo Government Hospital. Okay, Konongo Government Hospital. And baby accident ni see no breku stretch on the road. Esi ewo breku stretch on the Accra Kumasi road. The breku stretch in the see. But hospital no Juaso, I think I mentioned say Juaso police station. Juaso police force say Oshana say relative be to kwanya nti wa obisa for the location no the exact hospital I do no it is the Juaso it is the Konongo Government Hospitals ho ene adi omo what you say nti no I think say that is that. Now yenkonko tie analysis na me make here to set things straight.
Oh, etiefo areho sempa esi enya asem ketwa na wo ho na wate na chese obi akra wa krefie okwaba obetia yesi nipa kro no we free e wo kwan so just because of obi carelessness. Na maybe I'll tell you a story and no crack can be intina me yes our broadcast we na asem ni na say so far Nkrofo 21 Nkrofo bako 21 ewu from accident bi a esi ewo Accra Kumasi kwan ne so. Na accident no involve eye buses mienu, bako eye Ford na bako eye Sprinter, VW Sprinter. Na Ford no utumi hunu se ofri Konongo a woba enkran ena Sprinter no ono ofri enkran a woko Kumasi area ho. Na police for say omo prelims investigation say Ford na wo free Konongo eba enkran no ono no cause accident no o di speed o drive car ne by heart o di nipa egu car ni mu ɛna ɔtwi car no by heart na speed to do junction bi your friend no River Pra junction odu saa junction no so a witwa overtaking why overtaking say why overtaking no ohun ono nso aba be di VW no lane mu ne ni so bete no na pum head on collision nkrofo 21 omoewu 21. You see how someone's carelessness and seven previous someone's foolishness has caused the death of a lot of people. Ono driver name wewu. Now so wonyo no nkwa na ekọ. Asanso the innocent souls edi nechi akọ. Bon, yaka say san a ebi ni o. Seven previous and obi Jimmy wakwa eko kum nkrofo de hye. Wakwa kum nkrofo de hye. Story bi ano wo bi ka treme. Saa ono ye lucky. Otika mu saa na driver ne drive by heart. O ka tre driver say ah so ne wo drive by heart equal speed no. Tubo eba ne saa na wo ye be ma na otika nim na umomo masa woni na eya na ye ka se umomo ye oba ne ye ga se wo hwe osuro. Saa seven pages saa Ghana for saa yesu ban bi no. Ene na eya na e cause nyama bi se yo. Driver ne drive by heart wo you overtaking na passengers na be ka kire no. Passenger ba kon ebe complaini ubon se driver ni mombu efu passenger no. Driver ni mom no no eja passenger no. O drive by heart na ye ka no. To be story sa obi an country driver no waka nim no sha asese wo kasa driver ne ko. O say ah. No wa fami atena ka nim ni ye ko. Na wo drive by heart say you overtaking by heart na me kan wo bu efu me e kwa no country driver no so obesi e no see ye luckily baby okono o see ye ofa car foforo ko he okoko du fie the next day obeti an say yes sa aka na otinim no driver ne de car na wakwa hwie nkrofo negu e no da na nyame ase Mr. Aside everything else, me, I believe in spirituality. Me knew be me joke with spirituality. But aside everything else, no. Me sansu jidi say, aside the spirituality, physicality also plays a role. Into my mama tell us say me pie fifia. The first thing I may and I say me bon pa train Yankopon say ma enkonam obi jimi so. Me enkonam obi mistake eso. Me enkonam obi foolishness eso. Because social driver now watch VW now. Ono enya ne fault ono na ni lane mu. The watch VW no na ni lane mu enya ne fault. Now so obi carelessness. Eni obi jimi nti sebe. Monfa nchame. Ani bakono why na aju so no ntwi kan ni yie no ye overtaking by heart. Be any kwan say junction anka junction so ye overtaking. Junction so na ke ye overtaking. Junction na wo ye overtaking. What be that? Inti sa ono di ni lemu inti won't say you be mistake. Inti media me say me one of my prayers every day. And I say Nyankopon me nkonko na mo bi mistake so ma to renche me ma meto me. Me wi a ko tenaka nim na driver no oye we a ka kire no eye wonkwa. Man oye be ma mankrofo nka so oye be ya na sa na eye omoka wo de oye oba wo de usuro papa mankrofo nka. Hey, see so your ba katrom say an enye hwe magia to me your ba na wonkwa ne nipa obi di jimi ne ye frɛ oba na wonye oba na ne bekun o say an enye hwe magia to me your ba ja jimi na ojimi no menso so ebe yesi see sika na wetia na onkwa ehun hia sense sika no wo hwa na driver no wo drive na ento asum wakoma enjo so a si. The way some drivers drive on the streets of Ghana. Internet yana omo December. Notice here December bia omo ba Ghana. Some brofo no omo ba Ghana no. One of the things they complain about you're driving. Asemo adebi omo ka and they say then Ghana has say no license ben here the driving because they see how our drivers are using the road, especially trotro for no. Send your mo drive fa car home. Just say, "Ujun wa won't here." And these are the people that most often they are no more to know some one called driving school. And the Ghana has a woman now called driving school. A yana trotro for nesro. A yana maybe say so why is it that they are woman wako driving school near Esro? They will laugh at you right now. Why wako driving school ni mumu yesro? Because on mumu who say wako driving school yantreo she yakwako jiu sika ni yedi. So mumu who say wo mumu di mates eno mu di mates ni wie ye no. Or the ababa be than driver. So no who say no mumu experience no. Nti tu no. Onam kwan ni so I said you know the just say you ye bia careless driving. Bibi ani kwan chese onim krasa junction so ye overtaking na or ye overtaking bibi ani kwan so ye overtaking just say we hu say o ko speed na car bi woni nim na obeyi afa hu sisia and then 21 inti police for kan say na onim ebusuani bi na o si otu kwan efri enkran akokumase ana onim ebusuani bi na ofri konongo eba nkran no wo tu kwan ontenenka and ofre na ontenenka se wakwa kodru ongongodru ontenenka you say bra police station you say Dwaso police station you say bra ho na bra be identify because 21 ewu na so bebre epra wo mo hospital wo mo recover. May their souls rest in peace. This shouldn't be happening to people. Modern day. It really shouldn't be. I know people would like to go into the spiritual side of things in a sense that because this year, this is not the only one, right? This year, this is about the third big accident this year in Crawford Dudu Bebrese Ewu Ghana this year. But could be a same Colabia no more school bills at Demokai somewhere last week or last 2 weeks or the last 3 weeks. And then also by please. Aside everything else, those who believe in the spiritual side, no, pray. Media, make no quite natural. And by body, some of us we pray and we see the effect it has in our lives. Pray. And by body, Bompaye ehunhia aside empaibo no common sense say you wan na wutwi car na yes make sure say car na wutwi no o de nyansa na ato ho make sure say won kon kodane the cause of accidents bia. And you see one thing about this accident they say o be ye wa famu de a wonam kwan so o ye wa famu de a wo say wo twi wo car na wo ye wa famu de no bi ede ne ko bi aba be say say we dua ne mu ene na ya no wo nim say me de me twi me car me de me di we no so no bi akwa yi overtaking no aba be di o lane mu ohun ya na ye too late. And no how do you even save yourself? How do you save yourself? Wo mpasem wo di o lane mu me twi me car me nam kwan so me nko speed be presa speed limit no me make sure say me di so me di me lane mu na wo bi e de ne carelessness e free ni lane mu aba be pie wo lane mu no mu aba be kun Charlie sa na enra ye say video bi e trendy taxi driver bi nso sa wa bold satan wa bo eno wo twika eno de akwa kopem obi store ke ni free car nim no wa bo eno te ho ena asem o kan say de mo de be mi bia mo fa nya me say wa show this level of carelessness. Ano ne de no yeda nyankopon ase say bone bia anya den ensi me show say munya mo hu za video na trend no yeda nyankopon ase say casualty bia ensi bananka obi te ho ena bone ekokoto na etiefo na nka ede ani we prano kuno sa me kai last 2 years sa me area musa anopa 8 a wo bia ba bie ne shop school nkola aba oton ade ma nkola we bie ne shop aba abaiwa pa aba bie de shop obeton ade Omo mu chi sa cars kɛseɛ ni bi. Sɛ wa brɛ a o chi kan na wa brɛ a park baby na day. Ahwea car park baby na day. O chi kan na kyerɛ sɛ wa da na kyerɛ sɛ wa veer off the road no de aba bɛhwe store ni mekum nipa korɔ no. See the level of carelessness. We take life for granted. This is sad. It's here for Montreal comment box. That's it.